do. Se usar mwen genye sou kem kunya. Tell the truth, I look better under you. Mwen baka lose, lem avek ou. How can I snooze pou yon ti moment?
What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessacouplethingspod. Welcome back to Just Another Day. If you're new here, make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you like this video. I hope that you guys can see me. I was just having a little bit of difficulty with, like, I'm trying to set up my lighting. And when I've looked back at my videos, especially like when I'm doing the live, I just feel like it's just probably a little too much light. So I put my light on the other side. So I'm trying to figure out my setup. So I hope you guys can see me well. But anyway, y'all, like this video, subscribe, and let's get to chatting. First and foremost, go ahead and let me know where all y'all are watching me from. Let me know the city. You know, where y'all from? Gotham City. What city? Oh, God, why am I singing Gotham City? Let me know what city y'all is from, child. What city you watching this from, child? Okay. Trinidad. Okay, Trinidad, my sister. Okay, Georgia, London. Okay, I finally figured out why I have London people following me. It was the Madam Joyce podcast. It was the Madam Joyce podcast. That Madam Joyce podcast episode is so good. If you haven't seen me on the Madam Joyce podcast, please go watch it. Also, too, let me just quick reminder.
The edition is here. I'm so excited, y'all. We are going.
Hold on. Quick reminder.
To Dirty December in Ghana. Y'all know I have been talking your ears off about going to Ghana, and I am so excited to finally bring it to you. And we're gonna do all the fun things that you saw me do when I went to Ghana 2 years ago, back to back, y'all. Please go to woocationinghana.sortedchalet.com to book your spot. You do not want to miss this, because baby, once it sells out, it sells out. I cannot help you. I cannot. All right. So I will see y'all in Ghana. Again, go to woocationinghana.sortedchalet.com, and I cannot wait to see you for Dirty December.
Okay, that was a quick word from my sponsors. I just want to remind y'all, I am going to Ghana. Okay. All right. Let's go ahead and get these eyebrows done, y'all. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know I'm using Bobbi Brown. Can y'all see that? Using Bobbi Brown. And this is their gel eyeliner. I do want to just get my eyebrows together real quick. But yeah, keep telling me. Okay, so Orange County, New York. Where is that? Ottawa, yes, my Canadian people. When is Madam Joyce coming on yours? I really want to go to London. So I do want to go to London, and I would love to do like a little podcast trip. So I want to go to London. I want to do Madam Joyce. I want to do the Uncut podcast. I feel like those girls, like, those are my nieces. Like, those girls right there, those are my nieces. And I'm just so happy to see how successful they've gotten in the last 2 years. I'm so proud of those 3 girls. Like, they're killing it. They are killing it. Like, I would love to sit down with ZZ Mills too. I love her. Like, I freaking love her. I love how she interviews. I love her insight. She's just really, really smart to me. Very intelligent. There's another girl who's on radio though that I would love to. I think she's like on BBC or something like that. Can't remember. I'd have to look. But I just really love the London girl. Also, there's like a podcast in London with, I think, 2 other Black girls. It's called Your Auntie podcast or something like that. I just would love, I want to go to London and I want to be there for like a week and maybe just be able to sprinkle in some podcasts, like at least two to three good podcasts. And I want to sit down with all the girls, like all the girls. That's what I want to do. I want to sit down with all the Black women's during Black Women's Month. Because I really love what's happening over there with the Black girls in that space, especially like the podcasting space, the media space. And to be honest, like I feel like when it comes to London too, you'd be surprised like what I know about like what's going on in London. Because like I used to watch, well, I still do. I just didn't watch the last season because I wasn't interested. But I watched Love Island and I loved Whitney's season. And I saw that recently, like that Whitney broke up with Lachlan. Well, actually, she said that Lachlan broke up with her. And Lachlan broke up with her. And is it, okay, I'm going off on a tangent. But is it me? I wasn't shocked. I was shocked they lasted that long. I was shocked by that. All right, y'all know how I do. Got to be jail. Y'all think he cheated? I don't know. I don't think he cheated. Oh, you got the milk primer? Period. Y'all already know how I do. Period. I don't think Lachlan. Well, you know what? You never know with these men, child. You never know with these men, child. But let me tell you why I wasn't shocked. First of all, I was shocked that it lasted this long, simply because, like, baby, when you become a couple on a show like this, and y'all not getting nothing, that can break you up. And what I mean by that is like Whitney didn't win her season of Love Island, but she won her season of Love Island. Like, if you watch Love Island and you watch Whitney and you watch that season, you know. She may not have been the winner, but she won. And I just think it was so weird how she didn't get nothing. Pawns. So I'm going to do a pink eyeshadow today. I'm going to do a pink smoky eye today. That's what I'm going to do. But yeah, it's like she won, but she didn't win the show, but she won the show. And I feel like her and Lachlan really just got nothing. Like, it was just like, dang, like, where are the brand deals? Where are the brand trips? Like, and I feel like a lot of it had to do with, I'm just going to be honest, it was colorism. A lot of it had to do with colorism. I also kind of caught how recently Wit was getting a little ate up because I think she did like a reality show on Netflix and she was making fun of another cast member's accent. But I just was like, so we gonna act like we don't be making fun of each other? Like, why do Black people act like other Black people? Like, Black people, you know, Black, African Black, West Indian Black, Latino Black, like, we make fun of each other. Like, it's not that deep. My goodness. Like, it's not always that deep. My Lord. Okay, y'all know milk primer. But yeah, I just felt like she was catching a lot of backlash, and it was just like, sister. And then like the racism that she got for it was crazy. And then seeing like Black people say, well, you did it to yourself. It's like, oh my God, y'all. So y'all gonna act like y'all don't be making fun of Jamaicans, Haitians, like folks from the Congo. Like, we all make fun of each other in a loving way. I'm not saying that it's okay to be mean now, but I don't know. It just was weird. It was weird. But anyway, so today I want to talk about something. I kind of have like several story times I want to talk about, but I kind of want to talk about how he just doesn't like you. He just doesn't like you. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. I forgot to tell.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I like these early calls now. I appreciate it. It means a lot.
You do?
I do that. How's your morning?
It's going good. I'm about to go live. And then go live again later on.
Oh, yeah, because you got...
Then I'm going to record my podcast.
Baby, we're not going to no movies.
Yes, we are. I'm going to be done with my podcast at because I started at 2. I'm going to be done.
Baby, you're going to be exhausted.
No, I'm not.
Okay. I love it.
We're going to go to the movies and you're going to give me that baby gravy after.
Baby, you want your baby gravy, like... I don't know what... I don't know what this is. You want your baby gravy.
All right,
I think it just got a jingle to it and you like it.
Yeah, baby gravy. You gonna give me that big black baby gravy tonight?
First of all, you're wildin'. You're wild.
All right, baby. I'll call you when I'm done.
I got a few calls today too.
All right.
I'm gonna try to get home, but
yeah. Okay. I'll call you when I'm done.
All right, babe. Have a great day. You're not recording right now. Baby.
What?
First of all, baby, when you said big black baby, are you recording?
No, I'm not. Why would you think that?
Because your smile look a little devious right now.
Babe, babe.
All right. I'm just asking.
All right, baby.
I'm just asking. Right, love you. Talk to you later.
I love you too, baby.
All right.
Anyway, primer's done. You know what? I'm feeling a little expensive today. Let's do Dior. Can y'all see that? Let's do Dior. I didn't lie to my man. I didn't lie to him. Whose side are y'all on? Whose side are y'all on? Okay. This is the Dior, what? Dior Backstage foundation. I'm doing 7N. 7N. Okay. Why is this coming loose? Why is this coming loose? Exactly. I omitted. Omission is a lie, by the way. Omission is definitely lying. I definitely just lied to that man, but we're gonna be all right. We're gonna be all right. Y'all just, first of all, okay. So I wanted to talk about being able to recognize when a guy doesn't like you. I think that that's something that should be talked about more when it comes to dating. Because I feel like when I look back, especially like in my 20s, when I look back at my dating experiences, I tended to waste my time a lot with men that just clearly didn't like me. Like, it was so clear. It was clear. It was clearer than a glass vase. Okay, like that the man just didn't like me. What y'all think about this foundation so far? I think it's coming up a little. I haven't used this in a minute. To be honest, I kind of feel like I don't know. What do y'all think? I think I need to be careful with the undertone of the foundation, but this is 7N. It's supposed to be neutral. It's supposed to be a neutral color. So I don't know why it's showing up a little reddish, but I think maybe it's just gonna, once it oxidizes, it's gonna oxidize better. But yeah, I think it's just coming up a little, sister, it's giving a little, I don't want to say red. I feel like I feel like the one size that I got, the one size foundation that I got, I feel like this comes up a little red. Like it comes up really red on me. Again, I have to find the right tone. I feel like this is giving not red, but maybe orange. Yeah, it's giving like orange. I feel like it's giving more orange than anything. But as it's sinking in, though, it is getting better. So we'll see. We'll see. I bought this foundation because my one of my favorite makeup artists, her name is Tasha Mack. She used this on me several times, and you know, whenever she does my makeup, maybe I should have her come do a live where she does my makeup. I feel like the way Tasha does my makeup is so good. Like it is so damn good. I just can never do my makeup as good as she does it. So maybe she should come on and do a little one-on-one with us. Okay, but a man not liking you, I feel like that's something that we should talk about more in the dating space, because I feel like I wasted a lot of time, especially in my 20s, on men who just clearly did not like me. But I also think that there was a part of me that was kind of conditioned to be with men that didn't like me. Have y'all seen that video that's going around? It's from the Dear Future Wifey podcast. I'm actually going to do a live at 11 on it on my main channel. It's going to be good. But the wife in the video talks about how God graced her to iron her husband's clothes so that he can go cheat on her with his side chick. Like she literally said, God graced me to iron my husband's clothes to go be with his side chick, right? And as you watch the interview, well, let me not say that. I didn't watch the interview. I did watch bits and pieces of Kojo's live on it, and Kojo did a really, really good live on it. And I'm going to include that in my video that I'm doing later. But it was very, very clear that the man didn't like her. He literally said he loved her, but he liked his side chicks. And I feel that is so many of us. We've either been there before or we're there now, where we're dating somebody that does not like us as women. And men do it too, but I just feel like women and men do it for different reasons. And the reasoning is very important to understand why women and men do, you know, certain things for different reasons. Anyway, Revolution concealer 13. I'm going to put that under my eyebrow. But I'll say this, like while watching that sit down, I think it's Kelly Steele and her husband, and apparently they have a church that I advise everybody to leave immediately. Leave that church immediately. There's no reason why anybody should be going to that church, especially post that podcast episode. But I do think that a lot of women are conditioned to be with men who don't like them. And hold up, wait. Okay. Let me do my other eyebrow. Hold on. Y'all know I get quiet when I do my eyebrows, child. I be having a... But yeah, I didn't watch the full interview. I'm not going to watch the full interview, but I am going to do a video on it because I feel like I've seen enough clips to understand the gist of the interview. And I do feel that a lot of women are conditioned to be with men that like them. Like, for instance, church women are conditioned to be with men that don't like them. You know, the Bible is used in a very misogynistic way in many churches. Okay. But not just the Bible, but also like recently, you know, it was Black Women's Ramadan month. And I saw a lot of women online who are who were celebrating Ramadan, but they were pointing out that how misogynistic Ramadan itself is, because it basically emphasizes the separate, like, women, you over there, like for Ramadan you need to be over there. And I'm paraphrasing because I don't remember all of the things that people were saying, but I don't remember them in its totality, so I don't want to say anything that would possibly offend anyone who celebrated Ramadan. But I will say, like, it's very easy just to go online and see the thoughts of women who celebrated Ramadan and them talking about just how discarded they feel during Ramadan because of certain ritualistic practices that happen while, you know, celebrating Ramadan. Jesse, you're just like me. It's time to be quiet. Yeah, I can't really talk a lot and do my eyebrows for whatever the reason. I just can't, y'all. So I'm sorry. But yeah, I just found that interesting. And also too, there were people who were pointing out just in Christianity too, like, you know, the whole like when women are on their period, you know, don't approach a woman when she's on her period, and you know how ungodly that is. But then we do like drink Jesus's blood. Like, that is something that we do every first Sunday, you know, when we're having communion. And it's like, well, why is Jesus's blood pure, but the blood of the woman not pure, or seen as something so vile, right? I think tonality matters. I think tonality really, really matters, and context matters. And I think that tonality and context are two things that have been weaponized when it comes to religion to make women feel that, number one, you are not as pure or as godly or as empowered to do certain things in the body of you know, whatever religion you're in. And it's just, when you just really look at how people have preached not just Christianity, but just religions in general, there's always this consistency when it comes to women. And that's why, like, as a woman, it's really, really important for you, no matter what religion you're a part of. But, you know, I can't speak for other religions. I don't practice other religions. I'm a Christian woman. But even with Christianity, I just feel like you really have to be careful who you're letting speak God's word, like, in your life. And we kind of talked about that yesterday when we were talking about, you know, the weirdo girl that kept sending me all those weird messages. But like, if you're not careful, you're going to think that bad treatment of women is almost like a biblical thing. like that it's okay, when in reality it's not. A lot of people like to talk about, oh well, are you the Proverbs woman, and are you this, and are you that, and are you Esther, are you Ruth? And it's like, baby, if you look at Ruth and Esther, they were not treated badly. They were obedient and they were given the world. It's really just that simple. Like it's just really that simple. Like Ruth and Esther were obedient to God, did what God told them to do, and because of that, Esther got a whole kingdom. Ruth had, I'm not talking unless you're giving me land, 50,000 or more. Like it never gave that as a woman you have to be miserable in order to be loved by a man. That's not biblical to me. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to switch up the lighting a little bit because, hold on. I'm gonna have to find me a light I could put here. Is that lighting better? Ooh, no, child. Oh no, honey. Is that lighting better? Okay, what the hell is going on? Let me just keep this over here, child. Yeah, let me just keep this over here. And hold on. Okay, but anyway, I think that despite like what the Bible shows us when it comes to like, you know, notable women in the Bible, like even Jezebel, like Jezebel wasn't getting no bad treatment for nobody. She was a bitch. She was a demonic ass bitch. And even Jezebel did not take bad treatment. Like it just wasn't going down. It wasn't going down. So I don't know why in Christianity, a lot of women are just not only being fed the rhetoric that, you know, you should accept bad treatment, but they're going around there preaching it as well. It's just weird to me. It's just weird. Okay. So I wanted to bring this up, but I'm going to put my concealer on and I'm going to start, you know, what's the word? Blending it in. Warm sand, born this way. Okay. But I want to play something for y'all. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. You know, this Shannon Sharp thing is so crazy. That this Shannon Sharp big black baby gravy. I can't. Okay. Hold on. I wanna show y'all this. Okay. Oh, I really hope it plays. Hold on.
It's like, how are you going to tell me that you want to be with me, but then tell me that you don't want to be with me?
I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Like,
how is that straightforward? You're telling me that, yeah, I want to be with you, but then you say you don't want to be with me. So you're canceling it out. What is it?
It's like, it's like I want to be with you as a person, but I don't want to be with you as a concept. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's like, is you recording this? Be with you now, bro, because you always doing weird shit like that. Like, you don't fucking listen. I tell you not to put our shit on social media. Look at you doing exactly what I told you not to do. Doing all these shit on that fucking social media. Everybody know your whole life. I don't want to know mine, too.
You ate with that one.
Hey, Exhibit A.
You ate with that one.
Honestly, it's time to go home. I know we was about to go out. We might as well go home. You know, it's been a weird week for us anyway. Like, just fucking, I don't know, bro.
But my thing is, like, how are you going to tell me that you want to be with me, but then tell me that you don't want to be with me?
I mean, I feel like that's pretty straightforward. Like,
how is that straightforward? You're telling me that, yeah, I want to be with you, but then you say you don't want to be with me. So you're canceling it out. What is it?
it's like, it's not, it's like I want to be with you as a person, but I don't want to be with you as a concept. Does that make sense?
Okay.
It's like, is you recording this? Be with you now, bro, because you always doing weird shit like that. Like, you don't fucking listen. I tell you not to put our shit on social media. Look at you doing exactly what I told you not to do. Doing all these shit on that fucking social media. Everybody know your whole life. I don't want to know mine, too.
You ate with that one.
Hey, Exhibit A.
You ate with that one.
Honestly, it's time to go home. I know we was about to go out. We might as well go home. You know, it's been a weird week for us anyway. Like, just fucking, I don't know, bro.
I want y'all to, y'all just saw that clip, right? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that man likes her? Do y'all think that man ever liked her? I saw that clip on my timeline, and the girl whose video is, she posted it on the timeline. Y'all are saying no, absolutely not, no, hell no, absolutely not. Not that he ate with that one. Yeah, it was all weird, right? And in her comments, I told her, I said, sister, I say this to you with love. The man doesn't like you. He has never liked you. And he actually has valid reasons for not liking you, because here you are proving his point with posting that video, right? I'm going to use Black Opal, Foundation Skit, and Walnut. But some of y'all, and some people were in my mentions disagreeing, and it's like, baby, one thing about some of y'all will disagree with the sky when the sky tells you it's blue. Oh, I disagree. The man is literally telling her, not only does he not like her, but he has never liked her. And he had valid reasons for it, because he said she likes to record everything, right? And some of y'all might hear that and be like, oh, well, that's not a valid reason. It is. It is. If I get cussed out later on by Mr. Easter, it will be with reason, because y'all just heard him say, were you recording? And what'd you hear me say? I lied. I lied, right? Now that situation is honestly, it's not going to be a situation for everyone, but I thought it was a good example to show, because in her caption, she was like, oh, I feel gaslit by him. I feel gaslit by him. And it's like, no, sister, he's not gaslighting you. That man is not gaslighting you. He's actually letting you know he doesn't like you, which is actually great. He told you he likes the concept of being with you. That's actually great, in my opinion, because that really be the thing with a lot of men. Like, that man doesn't really like you like that. He likes the idea of being with you. As a woman, have you ever liked the idea of being with a man, but you didn't like the man? hold on. Yes, but he's also a grown man and should learn to stop being toxic and ending something he doesn't want. I understand that. In theory, that sounds great, right? Yeah. As a man, he should end things that he doesn't want. But here's the thing. As a woman, if a man is telling you that he doesn't like you, if his actions are showing you that he doesn't like you, but you still keep coming to him, you still keep coming over, you still keep letting him borrow your car, you still keep letting him, use you, you still keep giving him money, you still keep giving him coochie, what do you want that man to do? If a man is literally showing you he don't like you, a man don't gotta tell you he don't like you for you to know that he don't like you. He don't gotta tell you he don't like you for you to know that he don't like you. Sometimes that man's tone, even the beginning of the conversation, that the man that she's talking to sounds very frustrating. He sounds very frustrated. And to be honest, the more you watch the video, she crying and caring. Oh, but you don't. Oh, yeah, you're annoying, ma'am. Let's just be honest. Like, you come off very fucking annoying. You're annoying. You know exactly what you're doing. You're recording this conversation. You're doing too much. One Size Ultimate Setting Powder. I did put this in my LTK. Baby, this is not my favorite. I don't know what Patrick and them did, but this is not my favorite setting powder. And I have a whole bunch of setting powder. I got Sephora setting powder. Okay, I got Huda Beauty setting powder. Shoot, I even got, well, we don't do Target no more, but I used to get what was this again? I can't remember, but Aaliyah J used to use this setting powder a lot, so I use it, child. I got Morphe setting powder. I know Juvie's place is somewhere in here, but baby, I got setting powders, but that little one size fits all. But yeah, sometimes a man doesn't have to tell you that he doesn't like you for you to know that he doesn't like you. Let me give y'all a quick story time. So, before, if you watch my podcast with Mr. Easter, I've talked about how, the day of our first date, I was going, literally, we had our first date Easter Sunday last year. I did a little too much. Hold on. Wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Oh, child. Lord have mercy. Hold on. Oh, my Lord. Listen, it's just I just love this setting powder a little, I like it a little too much. I think my Lord. But see, even when you do too much, look at that. It's still gonna show up for a bitch, okay? But anyway, so I was on my way to another date, and this was a guy that I had met probably back in 2021. And we met at a premiere. He was on he has several hit shows, but we met at a premiere, and at the premiere, like, he saw me, he came up to me, he's like, oh my God, you're really, really beautiful. And at the time, he had a show that I really liked, and I was like, oh, I saw you in this particular show, you were awesome. Okay, we're gonna use the Sephora mineralizing powder. And I told him like how awesome he was, whatever. Like, we exchanged numbers that day, I think. And we exchanged like socials, whatever. Cool. And I think we had like a couple text messages back and forth. And, we just, nothing came of it. And I kind of would look up and peep that, you know, he didn't live in Atlanta, but he would be in Atlanta a lot, especially like to shoot his show. But then also like he would pop up with like other women. So, you know, one thing about me, I'm not gonna like it's clear like he was with other people. So cool. So time moves on, I move on. And then like randomly in 2023, I was hanging out with somebody and I didn't know that he was friends with that person. I'm trying to remember how we kind of came back around to each other, but I didn't realize that he was this person's friend. And, ooh, hold on. Ooh, Lord. I didn't realize that he was this person's friend. So I was hanging out with this person and then he shows up. I was like, oh, shoot, small world. Didn't know that y'all was, you know, friends like that. Mind you, the dude that I was hanging out with, he was kind of giving me a little. So I was like, oh, okay, this is kind of awkward, but okay. Listen, I'm here for the drinks. Morphe, setting spray. Listen, I'm here for the drink. Both of them was buying drinks, free food. I don't care. Okay. One thing about me, when it's free, I like. I like free. So anyway, so we kind of get back in each other's orbit. And he had promised me that we were gonna do something together. He had no, I'm kind of skipping. I'm kind of skipping. Let me rewind. So we're kind of like back in each other's orbit. I'm gonna use Mocha Mammy from Fenty. We're kind of back in each other's orbit, and he started telling me, you know, how all these great things about myself. And I was like, okay, you got a lot of nice things to say about me. But when we exchanged numbers and everything, like you just basically like ghosted. You know, nothing really came out of it. You know, we talked a couple times and that was pretty much it. Like, and I mean, when we would talk on the phone, like we would talk for hours and hours, which, side note, I have learned that just because a man spends 6 to 8 hours with you on the phone, it doesn't mean that that person likes you. That man can be bored. Literally, that man can just be bored, and you can just be the person that's just relieving their boredom in that time frame. I've learned that. I have come to learn that, because this guy, like, we would spend hours on the phone. And I'm going to talk briefly about another guy too. But after those two guys, I learned that no, I do not want to be on the phone for hours and hours. This is not a Money Long song. Hours and hours and hours. No, that just means I am relieving you of boredom at that moment. Me and my man have never, like, when he was courting me, we were never on the phone for hours and hours and hours. We would send each other a lot of voice notes and we would call each other often, but that man wanted to see me, period. What you doing Tuesday night at 6 p.m.? I have this restaurant that I would love to take you to. Mr. Easter had a list of restaurants he had not tried. And he was like, I would love to try all these. Like, literally. It was never, we were on the phone for hours and hours. I had to learn that from these two people that I'm talking about right now. But, you know, we were on the phone for hours and hours and hours. And I was just like, you know, I was like, you got ghost on me. And he was saying, oh, I was dating this girl. And oh my God, like she did some wicked things to me. Like, I was here in Atlanta, like spending mad money on her. And, it just seemed like whatever money I was spending on her, it wasn't enough. And he even showed me how, like, one time, because the girl didn't get her way with him spending money on her, that she like went online and sprayed him, and it was just all bad, right? And so he was saying, you know, I'm looking for a good girl now. Like, I don't want to be out here, because he was like, man, like she was never satisfied. Like, we would always have to pop bottles. We would always have to, you know, be at the fanciest restaurants, and you know, I'm not looking for that now. And I just remember thinking to myself, so you met me, a good girl. You ghosted me so that you could go spend all this money on this other girl. And now you want to come back here to me? What message are you sending me? I'm going to use the berries palette from Juvia's Place and the Magic Mini. Let me show y'all the Magic Mini. I think I'm gonna use the pink color here, and this is the berries colors. But I'm thinking, so you met me. Hold on. So you met me, a good girl, the good girl, and you ghosted me. I'm going to use the Black Radiance contour palette and use this brown. And ghosted me for this other girl, right? Or other girls like her. I remember one time he was like, yeah, well, when he was telling me the story, he was like, yo, like one night this girl had me throwing so much money at the strip club. Like I threw like $10,000 in the strip club. And baby, when he was adding up all the finances of the things that he did for this girl, I was just thinking, baby, you know what kind of miracles I could make happen with $10,000? Do you know what type of miracles I could make happen with $10,000? Miracle. No, say nothing, Jesus. So miracle. You know what type of miracle I could do with $10,000? But you was throwing the $10,000 in the strip club for this girl. I believe the girl was also like a bottle girl. You know, in Atlanta, like certain women who are in certain, you know, like certain spaces, you know, throwing money ain't nothing. So if you're going to date them, they going to need you to throw their money. And so you got what you were looking for because you met the good girl. You didn't want her. So now that the girl that you really wanted, the girl that you really liked, done spent up all your money, done embarrassed you, now it's time to go to the good girl now. Miracle, no they tire Jesus. Miracle, you know what type of miracle I could do with $10,000? I still couldn't get over that. And he was telling me over like about a lot of money that he was spending on this lady. And I was just like, so then when he's saying that to me over the phone, I'm thinking the dinners is gonna be like I'm thinking, okay. But when it was time for me to go out with this man, I had to go pick him up. He was staying with a friend. When we going out to eat, it just wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. I was trying to see the miracle. It wasn't giving. I'm like, so the other chick got $10,000 at the strip club, and this is what I'm getting. Okay, I'm going to use the purple from the berries. Okay, now I'm going to tell y'all something. You know what? I know we say we listen and we don't judge, but I know y'all going to judge me, but I'm going to tell y'all the truth. This was back in like this was 2023. And to be honest, I was at a point where I honestly was ready to settle. I was. And when I say I was ready to settle and just get whatever, because I really just wanted a child. Like, that's where I was. I was like, okay, I'm either going to go to the clinic. I had a friend too that I told that I wanted to have a baby with. I was like, hey, you don't have any kids. I don't have any kids. And me and this guy, we've been friends for a long time. He's in the entertainment industry too. But we've been friends like since Miami days. And I was like, listen, you don't have kids. I don't have kids. He was a very beautiful baby. And I was just like, honestly, why don't we just have kids together? Like, why don't we just have kids together? And he was like, oh, period. Okay, I'm gonna be in Atlanta. He was like, I'm gonna be in Atlanta next week. We can go out to dinner and then like we can go back to your place. And I was like, no. I said, no. I just want, like, I want you to give me your sperm. He was like, what? We not gonna fuck? We not hunching? I was like, no. I was like, no. He was like, what? Like, it turned into like this big thing. Like, he was upset that I wouldn't let him hunch. It became like a disaster. Like, it was a disaster. It became a disaster. And I know y'all judging. I know y'all judging, but I'm gonna tell you the truth. That's really where I was. And so with this guy, I was like, maybe I could just settle with him. He's a beautiful man. Like, he's really beautiful. He's a beautiful man. And I thought, okay, obviously, like, it's not given that this is going to be something I really, like, I'm not looking for a relationship for this person. However, I could use his DNA. That's where I was. I know this sounds crazy, but that's where I was. So anyway, we went out and one night we went out. And we come back to my place, right? I'm going to put that same berries. I'm going to do it like on my lower lash. But anyway, we went out and we come back to my place. And hold on. I feel like I just can't really see what's going on. Hold on. Okay, that's better because I just cannot see. Okay. All right, that lighting is better. But I'm going to have to tone it down. Hold on. Okay, that's better. All right, that's better. So I see some of y'all come. So we go back to my place and I'm gonna be real with y'all. I wasn't thinking that we was gonna do anything that night, but it was something like in the back of my mind. I was like, okay, like I could use this man's sperm. Like he could be the father of my child. Like I'm not really looking for. I just want a child at this point. Y'all niggas, I'm not gonna keep waiting to meet my man for me to have a baby. So anyway, so that night we're at my house and things happen, and we do the do. I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed. And I came to the realization that, okay, I too would need you to throw $10,000 in the club for me to be excited about being with you. Because This is not giving. I see why Sister Girl had you throwing $10,000. It was not giving at all. Like, it just was not giving. It was not giving at all. It was giving thigh thrusts more than, you know, that man was throwing thighs more than he was throwing dick. It just wasn't giving. It wasn't giving. I was disappointed. And eventually, I didn't really see him for a little bit after that. And then by the time I went out with Mr. Easter, he had come back into my life, like probably, I'm not saying come back into my life, but I didn't talk to him for a little bit. And probably like a couple days before I went out to brunch with Mr. Easter, he came back around and he had asked, you know, to see me. And so literally going on that date with Mr. Easter and then going out with that guy again, I just was like, baby, you, it just wasn't giving. It was not giving. I was so disappointed. So disappointed. All right, I'm going to use the pink that I told y'all about. But anyway, what was the point that I was making? The point that I was making was that man didn't like me. And honestly, I didn't like him. I didn't like him. I liked the idea of having children by him. And it sounds stupid, but that's actually the case for many women. Men are not the only ones who entertain women that they don't like. Women do it too, for whatever the reason. And I think for me, my reason at the time was I just really wanted to become a mom and I didn't care. I just didn't care. Also, he don't live in Atlanta. He don't like it. He wasn't going to be somebody that I was going to have to deal with. Like, let's say I did go back into dating. He wasn't going to be somebody that men were going to have to worry about. Like, I'm like, baby, this man don't even live in here. He live in Zambia somewhere. He's not even on this continent. He's not even on this continent. So it wasn't going to be, I literally was just looking for sperm. It was really ridiculous. It was a ridiculous time in my life, but I'm so happy that all it took was a bad dick appointment for me to be like, And to be honest, now when I look back, I don't even understand why I went out with him again. I think again, I've said this before. I'll say it again. Boredom sometimes has caused me to make some very bad decisions. Just like I said, like that I think that men are boring, that men are bored a lot of times. Like when a man spends hours and hours and hours with you on the phone, that man is bored. That man has nothing better to do. That's not really a sign that he likes you. That man is bored. He ain't got nothing better to do. I feel like 2022, 2023, 2021, I feel like those were like 3 years, like back to back. I kept learning the same lesson, but differently about men not liking you. Me specifically, like men not liking me. Because then there was another guy. Who I had met, and literally like I had met him at like an industry party, and I was drunk boots, and I was being fast. Like I was being fast down to this party. I was all in this man's face. And that man told me that night that I could have what I was looking for. But his flight schedule did not permit, so that didn't go down. But we did keep in touch, and we would be on the phone. There was one time where we were on the phone for 6.5 hours. And when I look back at it, like we talked about a lot of things, but he was bored. It wasn't that he really liked me. He was bored. And at the time, there was a whole Hollywood strike. Nobody was working. He wasn't working. He had nothing better to do. than to sit up on the phone with my dumb ass. It had nothing to do with that man liking me and everything to do with the fact that he was bored and he had nothing better to do. So that's why I'm telling y'all, if you look in your life right now and you're dating a man and y'all are on the phone for 4+ hours, 5+ hours, that is a bored man with nothing to do. It has nothing to do with him liking you. And I'm specifically talking about a man who's trying to get to know you. If you're in a relationship, that's not for you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about y'all who just met a guy and the guy is on the phone with you for hours and hours and hours. If that man is not planning no date, if that man is not trying to see you, if that man is not trying to go to the next step with you, but he's willing to sit on the phone with you for hours and hours and hours like his name is Money Long, he does not like you. He does not like you. Somebody said, my sister will say, he don't work, he don't got no job. Literally, the man didn't have no job at the time. There was a Hollywood strike, nobody was working. It was the other day I was thinking about that. I was like, I think I was talking to a friend of mine about him. I was like, man, that nigga didn't like me. He had no job. He had no job. Okay. He lived in another state. Obviously I'm in Atlanta. And I remember like I would say, okay, so when are we going to see each other? Like, when are we going to see each other? And it was always an excuse. But then there was one night when we were on the phone for one of our long, periodically timed conversations. He said to me that there was a woman who offered him to accompany her to the Renaissance concert. I want y'all to listen to this and listen to this good. Hold on. He said there was a woman who had offered him to accompany her to the Renaissance concert. Was it the Renaissance concert? When was the Renaissance concert? That was 2023, right? Yeah, because I wasn't in a relationship with Jay yet. Had to be 2023. Anyway, he said that. So I was like, oh, so are you going to go? And he was like, well, she bought the tickets. He was like, I just feel like if I go with her, it's going to come with certain requirements. And I was like, okay. I remember thinking to myself, why would he even share this with me? Why are you even sharing this with me? Sometimes you got to think, why is a man that you're dating sharing certain things with you? It's like the first guy I talked about when he was saying, oh, when he was dating this girl, he was spending all this money and he was, like throwing money in the club and they was having all these lit nights. But, now I want the good girl now. Now I want the good girl. I'm tired. Now I want the good girl. You're the good girl. You're the girl I'm not going to have to spend money with. You have to think, why is the man giving you certain tidbits? So anyway, he was like, yeah, like she offered to fly me out to LA and, but it's going to have to come with certain requirements. I was like, oh, okay. After he gave me that story, I just was like, it just screamed, I want you to know that women are paying for my time. Women are paying for my time. So if you want my time, you're going to have to pay for it. The only time I ever was out with this particular guy, and honestly, don't even count, but it was when I did the Essence Festival. We were both at the Essence Festival. We was both working there doing events. And then, you know, there was one night where we linked up and, you know, we had a little adult time. Maybe it's Maybelline. Waterproof. We had a little adult time. Mind you, that adult time came 10 months after our initial meeting. I just want to make it clear too, like as I was talking to him, I clearly was seeing other people too, but also it just was very, very clear that he just it wasn't going nowhere. It just wasn't going nowhere. He made it clear to me, listen, this woman over here is offering to fly me out. So if you're not offering to fly me out, if you're not, you know, it's not given. It's not going nowhere. It's not going nowhere. I got my little piece of dingling and I got the fuck on. And I remember like one of my homegirls, she was like, but Jess, I do think he likes you because like the way he was looking at you at the Essence and the way he was talking. I was like, girl, that do not matter. Men be bored and horny. Niggas be bored and horny. Please, like, it's not that deep. Oh, I'm gonna have to put these lashes on Amazon. I'm gonna have to put these I'm gonna have to put these lashes on my LTK. I like these. I like these little lashes. Hold on. I like these little lashes now. Let me show y'all the lashes. Very natural looking. But yeah, men be just be bored and horny, girl. You didn't make it. So anyway, those are just two stories of men who just clearly didn't like me. But not only didn't they like me, I feel like in their own way, both of them made it a point to let me know like what was happening with them with other women. I feel like they were both sending me messages to let me know, like, listen, when I'm over here, I'm throwing stacks, I'm throwing money, I'm throwing, okay? But when I'm with you, I ain't trying to do that. And I'm sorry, a man who likes me is not going to tell me that. Money is no object when it comes to my man. My man is one thing that I just cannot disrespect when it comes to my man. He's made it very clear to me that he does not like me to go online. He's like, I don't want you going online and bragging about things that I do for you. Like, I don't want you to ever go online and be like, oh, this is what my man got me. And like, I don't want you to do that. He's like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's okay. Like from time to time, you know, me being like, oh, my man got me, whatever. But he's not okay with me going online and be like, he's not okay with that. However, please understand. And I think he's just not okay with that because he doesn't want every bit of like our relationship to be for consumption. And he doesn't want to send the wrong message. Like I don't think he wants people to think that that's me, that I'm and I'm only with my man because no, that's not the messaging. And if you guys have followed me, you know that's just not me. He's very adamant about that. Baby, I wanted to show y'all what I got for Christmas. He was like, no. He was like, no. No. All right, cool. So from time to time, I may wear something, but Just so y'all know, any designer shit y'all see me wear, that man got it. I don't buy that. He got it. But the point I'm making is, when a man likes you, he's not gonna off the rip let you know what he ain't doing. No. Absolutely not. Juvia's Place. This is the bronze duo. A man not gonna come to you like, oh, I because back in my day, or back in the day, I used to do. No. A man who likes you is not gonna come to you and be like, oh, I'm not doing that because it is, Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Okay, I want this to be a pink, but it actually turned out purple, and it actually matches my robe. Kind of did that unintentionally. Purple. I feel like I should put a little purple. Should I put more purple on my eye? Maybe I should put more purple, just a little bit more. But yeah. So going back to the girl in the car, I do feel that sometimes, though, I feel like a lot of us, we know when a man doesn't like us. A man doesn't have to tell you he doesn't like you explicitly. His conversations with you, his actions with you, that all should tell you whether he likes you or not. But also, I feel that a lot of women like me be bored, but also I think some women date from a deficit. Like, you date from the position of, well, this is what I have access to. Like, this is just what it is, and I'm gonna just take what I can get. And listen, the pickings are slim. I get it, but you should never have to settle for somebody who clearly doesn't like you. Fenty Beauty. What is this? The kilowatt foil. I'm gonna use the 7-day weekend. Mind you, this is no longer available. Rihanna's a terrorist. Ooh, do y'all see that? Yes, Lord. Do y'all see that? That's magic. That's magic. But yeah, I think a lot of women just choose to settle. And again, I understand. I just gave you a story about how I was going to settle with 2 men for my child. Like, but I feel like God saw the way I was moving, and God was like, hell no. Okay. I was about to do like many women do. I was gonna make my own decision and be like, God, please bless it. Thank you. Thank you, Lord. Thank you, Lord. Wait, I'm missing out on a lot of these comments. You are so right. You so right. We know if a man likes us. Yeah, you know. Thank you. I thought you were intentionally matching your robe. No, I didn't. I really want to do a pink, but I think I need to find my other palettes that have more pink colors. But hey, I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at you. All right, let's go ahead and set this, because I do want to go over to my other channel and do my real live. But yeah, God was like, girl, no, hell no. God saw, he was like, oh no. No, ma'am. And honestly, I feel like from the beginning, God made it clear. He made it clear that Jay was somebody that I could rest in. I could really rest in, and I do feel very well rested with Jay. Like, I don't really worry about anything. Like, Even down to like when we go to the airport, I don't be knowing what's going on. I'll be knowing where we going. I don't know what gate we going to. I don't be knowing shit. That man just does everything. That man has never had to ask me, oh, please let me lead. Let a man lead. He's never done that. He's come in leading. You know what I mean? So, yeah. What lipstick am I going to wear today? Ciao. Oh my gosh, some of y'all that did watch my if you watched my vlog of me going to the NAACP awards, you know that I broke my luggage. Now he did get me this. He did give me this luggage and he got it fixed. He got it fixed. I finally got my luggage back. So I'm back in action, child. But yeah, I think that it's not hard to know if a guy doesn't like you. He's gonna show you. Trendsetter from Morphe. You know what I do want to talk about just real briefly though? I want to talk about because in the girl who showed that video, she was saying like she felt gaslit, right? I think a lot of us gaslight ourselves. Can we talk about how we be gaslighting ourselves? A lot of us gaslight ourselves and we try to convince ourselves that what is actually happening is not happening the way it's actually happening. And we'll stay in situations that we know are horrible for us because we're gaslighting ourselves. Like, yes, that man is gaslighting you, sis, but so are you. You're also gaslighting yourself. Okay. Just based off the way that man talks to you, you know he don't like you. He's not happy when he sees you. He's not joyous when he's talking about you. That man don't like you. Fenty Gloss Bomb. What Fenty Gloss Bomb is this? I think it's the 482, 4B2. I don't know, child. But yeah, like a lot of times we gaslight ourselves. Oh, this is darker than I expected. Hold up. Put this. Hold up. Wait. Some of us are just, girl, you know that man don't like you. When that lady is on that podcast, she said something. She was like, she said that that her husband told her she was his starter. This is the Huda Beauty full filter gloss. She was his starter. He had a whole team. She was his starter. You knew he didn't like you. And stop using God. Like, stop. That is not like, it is not the work of the Lord for you to be with a man who literally recognizes that you have no value in yourself and says, ooh, let me add to her not valuing herself. Let me add to that. No. That's not the work of the Lord. And that's not a good man. At all. And any man who would sit next to you as you're doing a podcast where you're saying something like that, and he's like, yeah, Any man who will co-sign you talking shit about yourself is not a man that likes you. That's something that I've learned in my current relationship. I've learned a lot. So even if this, God forbid, even if things weren't to work out with me and my man, I've learned a lot. And there's a lot of things I will never accept again. I will just never accept again because I know I don't have to. I just know I don't have. Where is your self-esteem? Okay. Okay, this is cute. This is cute. Hold on. Let's get a little closer look. This is cute. This is a cute look. I like her. I like her. Let me see some of these comments. And this is a better look at the eyeshadow too. Yeah, this is very nice. This is a very nice sultry look. I really like it. I really, 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 really like it. All right. So yeah, those are my thoughts on a man not liking you. I feel like it's not hard. Like it's really not that hard to discern when a man doesn't like you. And it should be very easy to see when a man does really like you and not just the idea of being with you. And I think maybe we need, you know what? I did reach out to Coach Anwar. I'm going to see if he's going to do my podcast because I do want to ask, like, what are some signs that a man doesn't like you? Maybe we need to make it plain for the girlies so the girlies understand. So the girlies understand what do we need to be looking out for when we're dating these men, and what do we need to immediately run away from when, like, what are some signs that you immediately need to run away from when you're dating a guy? I think that maybe that would be a good topic to talk to him about. So, all right, y'all. Let me go ahead and let y'all go. I'm going to go ahead and change clothes, then go. I'm going to make my way over to my other channel, child, so we can talk about the Dear Future Wifey podcast and why it's harmful to Black women at this point, to Christian women at this point. All right, y'all. Oh, what are the signs that they do because a manipulator could play a good role too? That's so true. That's so true. I will say this. One thing I've learned is when a man says that he's going to do something and he really likes you and he really means it, he does it. Like in my past, when I would date and a man would say, I'm going to do something, sometimes I would just hold out until he did it. And I stopped doing that. Like in the beginning of seeing, you know, my man that I'm with, my man, there were things that he said that he would do immediately, like in the beginning, and he did them immediately. He did them immediately. Never had any excuse. But let me fix. It was never an excuse. It was never an excuse. He just did it. Whatever he said he would do, he did it every single time. Every single time. And I think that that's one of the first signs, is seeing if that person's a person of their word. And I really feel when somebody don't like you, they will make a lot of empty promises and then try to manipulate you when the empty promises don't come into fruition and try to gaslight you. That never happens. Never happens. Never tell a man what kind of man you see yourself with. Narcissists move into what you say, then they trap you. I somewhat agree with that. Because now I think about it too, I never told my man what I was looking for, like in a man. I told him what I was looking for, like in a relationship, but I never told him like what I was looking for in a man. Like 2 weeks ago, I told him, I said, you're my first like really kind man. And he was like, what? what do you mean by that? I was like, you're my first kind man. You're my first gentle man. And I think almost 3 years ago, I was on a podcast and I said, I'm looking for a gentle man. I never said that to my man, though. I never said that to my man. And I don't think he saw, because he doesn't watch this type of stuff. And it was never something that was clipped up. But I never told him like, oh, I'm looking for this, I'm looking for that. I never told him that. I just wanted him to show up as himself and let me make the decision. So I think that you definitely have a point there. All right, y'all. Let me go ahead and let y'all go. This lady always want to talk to me when I don't summon her. Like, I don't get it. Like, are you lonely, Alexa? Are you lonely? All right, y'all. Let me let y'all go and let me go ahead and hop on my main channel. But I'm going to go ahead and save this. So make sure that you like the video. Leave me a comment. And we'll talk soon. Cheers. Tell the truth, I look better under you.